Dear students of class 8A and 8B, this is the last lesson I am going to teach and complete. Then the syllabus for the second unit test, means upcoming unit test, will be over. The teaching for as per the syllabus of the second unit test will be over. Now, chapter number 2, topic the Union Executive. Points as I mentioned: first one, Prime Minister; second one, powers and functions of the Prime Minister; next, third one, relations with the Cabinet; fourth, relations with the President; fifth, relations with the Parliament; and role in foreign affairs, permanent executives. Now, first one, Prime Minister. Who is Prime Minister? Prime Minister is the leader of the ruling party. He is the leader of the majority party or coalition in the Lok Sabha. Since India follows a parliamentary form of government, the Prime Minister is the head of the government. Another point is that is very important. The President is only the nominal head and acts on the advice of the Prime Minister. That means who is the real head of the country? The Prime Minister is the real head, and the President is the nominal head or constitutional head, because the President is supposed to work on the advice of the Prime Minister. Now, powers and functions of the Prime Minister. You know, the Prime Minister has some powers, some functions. Number one, relations with the President. The Prime Minister is the link between the Cabinet and the President. The Prime Minister's decision and the decisions of the Cabinet regarding national and foreign affairs all are conveyed to the President by the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister is a link between the Cabinet and the President. The Prime Minister has the power to advise the President on matters like summoning or discontinuing the sessions of Parliament, and if needed, to dissolve the Lok Sabha, and also give advice on the appointment or dismissals of high officials. So these are the most important works the Prime Minister has to do. And next one, relations with the Cabinet. What are the relations with the Cabinet? The Prime Minister is the link between the Cabinet and himself. That's why there is a good relation between the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The Prime Minister forms the Council of Ministers, decides on categories of the ministers on their portfolios. The Prime Minister, the Prime Minister decision is final in these cases. There are three categories of ministers: Cabinet Ministers, Council of Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State with independent charge, and Assistant Cabinet Ministers or Deputy Ministers. Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State with independent charge, and Assistant Minister means Assistant Cabinet Ministers mean Deputy Ministers. So these three types of ministers are appointed by the Prime Minister. They are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. Now, the Prime Minister can dismiss a minister from the Cabinet by asking him or her to resign. The portfolios can then be reallocated. That means there is a reshuffle on the advice of the Prime Minister, and it is done by the President. Reshuffle means changing of departments of different ministers. And suppose one minister cannot fulfill the aims and dreams of the Prime Minister. In that case, the Prime Minister can shift him from power, and the Prime Minister can say him to resign, and in that case, the Prime Minister, by saying it, can dismiss the minister. If he does not resign, in that case, he can dismiss him or her. The Cabinet comprises a core of group ministers and is headed by the Prime Minister. And the Cabinet takes decisions on account of the Council of Ministers. The Cabinet takes decision on account of the Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers, the Council of Ministers are the part of the Cabinet. And next one, relations with the Parliament. Relations with the Parliament, another point. Relations with the Parliament. What is this? The Prime Minister leads the Lok Sabha and he is the chief spokesperson of the government in the Lok Sabha. The important proclamation of the government are followed by the Prime Minister on the floor of the House. Besides, role in the foreign affairs. The Prime Minister represents India in international forums and conferences. He and she plans and designs foreign policies for India. The Prime Minister puts forward India's opinions and suggestions on Indians and world issues before world leaders. He or she visits, the Prime Minister visits countries to improve India's relations with others and solve issues related to the welfare of the nation. He and she attends the meetings and conferences held by the UN, SAARC and Commonwealth nations and non-aligned nations as the representative of the country. So these are the most important role of Prime Minister in foreign affairs. And next one, permanent executives. The President, the Vice President and the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the political executives. And they are executives who are elected by the people and hold office for a certain period of time. They are known as political executives. And next one, the political executives are guided by and assisted by the permanent executives, also known as civil servants. They are government employees. They do not belong to any political party. They are selected on the basis of their performance at the Union Public Service Commission examination, and they can belong to the Indian Administrative Service, the Indian Foreign Service or the Indian Police Service. So this is about permanent executives. Now I think you have better understood what are the role does the Prime Minister play as the head of the nation or as head of the Lok Sabha or as head of the government. The Prime Minister is the chief spokesperson of the nation, chief spokespersons of the Lok Sabha. He has to protect all his ministers. Whenever the ministers fail to clarify any issue, question raised by any member of parliament in the House of Parliament before the Speaker, the Prime Minister has to come forward in order to protect his ministers. If he fails to protect his ministers, that means the Prime Minister's image is degraded in the House before the Speaker. In that case, the whole ministry is supposed to resign, because political parties, members of different political parties would bring no confidence motion in the House. That's why the Prime Minister has to be careful from time to time in explaining all types of political issues with necessary examples. And he has to avoid all types of confrontations, all types of disputes, and all kinds of discussions, irrational points, irrational discussion. He should avoid properly. Otherwise, he has to face many problems, and in that case sometimes the whole ministry has to resign. And cabinet comprise core of group. Prime Minister, Prime Minister is the link between the President and the cabinet. The Prime Minister is the link between the Council of Ministers and the President, and each and every person, all the ministers who are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister, and they are, they work on the advice of, they work independently, but on the advice of the Prime Minister. They may suggest, they may consult the Prime Minister regarding the all-round development of the country and for the satisfaction of the Prime Minister, because Prime Minister can anytime dismiss them, the Prime Minister can anytime reshuffle his ministry, and in that case, the ministers who are very, very faithful to him, the Prime Minister never removed them from his or her office. That's why each and every minister always tries to gain confidence and faith of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, has good relations with the Parliament, because many clarification is done by the Prime Minister in the Parliament. the Prime Minister in the floor, in the House. The Prime Minister clarifies all the issues with copious examples before the Speaker and tries to satisfy the members of Parliament and their questions. The Prime Minister visits various countries of the world in order to establish cordial relationship with other foreign countries, and that's why good foreign policies are framed by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister attend different conferences like SAARC, UN, Commonwealth, in order to establish a good image of the country with other different countries of the world. There are permanent executives. Who are permanent executives? Who are political executives? The President, the Prime Minister, the Vice President, and Council of Ministers are the political executives. They are elected by the people for a certain periods or terms, and but they are not permanent executives. They are political executives, because people can remove them from power also. And then another one, political executives are guided by whom? The political executives are guided by the permanent executives. The permanent executives also are known as civil servants. They generally sit for competitive exams like Public Service Commission, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, or Indian Police Service. They sit for these exams, and then they successfully pass this exam and are appointed as the important post, important officers like SDO, SDPO, SP, DM, like this. So they are known as permanent executives, or in a nutshell, they are known as civil servants. Civil servants are the permanent executive. Nobody can remove them from their posts until a proposal of any allegations are brought against them. But that's why they are selected on the basis of their performance in different exams they sit for, and then they become the permanent executives, or these permanent executives also are known as civil servants. Up to this, my dear students, teaching of this lesson is completed. Now if you have any doubt, any problem, you later get your doubts clear. Up to this, thank you.